With the end of the regular season and the end of playoffs as well, this will be the final interview of the Unified Advanced League 2022 Spring Split, and I couldn't ask for a better finish. After the grand finals was completed between Team Ambition Black and Team Ferocity, I had the pleasure of sitting down with TAB and discussing with their entire team about their victory that they held tonight, the 3-0 sweep, as well as some of their own MVP choices for the entire season and the camaraderie that they share with their entire team. Welcome, everyone. We have the fantastic winners of the Unified Advanced League here after the grand finals. We have Team Ambition Black here for the interview. From top left to bottom right, we have Stain, Turk, BMD Threadripper, Mark Boots, and then Castle, who unfortunately is very sad that he got 5-banned pretty much in Game 3, and so he is taking a hiatus from any of those cameras right now. Instead, he has said that Winnie the Pooh best reflects his attitude right now. Again, welcome back to the interview desk. You guys have been on here way more, I think, than anyone else, but I think it's warranted. After that fantastic series, 3-0 straight through, how y'all feeling? Let's go ahead and start with Stain there. How you feeling after that victory?
Feeling good. It felt a lot easier than expected. We kind of went in with a general idea, kind of test the grounds, and then we played the first game. We're like, wow, these guys don't feel that intimidating. There wasn't much pressure they were putting on us, and then it was same for game two, and then game three was a bit close, but we pulled it out, and it was a easy series.
Yeah.
Arc, that would make you next.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Honestly, I feel pretty surprised. Like I thought that there'd be at least like 4 games in the series. So would be 3 of them. Like, or I shouldn't say that. When we won the first game, I was like, okay, yeah, like I don't think they're that strong. Like we had a pretty good game plan going into it. Like we kind of knew what we wanted to ban. I felt like a lot of teams didn't do a very good job playing against them, anyways. Like the Xerath player, like the mid laner, he was strong, but when we banned the Xerath, the other options that he ended up going with just didn't seem as impactful. And then we just noticed that they played Trundle like a whole bunch. Like they just spammed it. So we banned that too. And then after that, it kind of felt like just easy. I don't know. It felt like that was their bread and butter, and maybe they didn't have it. So that's my thoughts.
BMD, how you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I mean, yeah, I agree with Turk and saying like I don't really feel all 3 games. I never really felt like pressured, like we had to do something, otherwise we're just gonna straight up lose. I never got that feeling from them, but
Yeah, I think in game 1 after that dragon fight, the first dragon fight of the game where I think we got like 4 kills. We got the dragon, we got 4 kills. And honestly at that point I was kind of like, yeah, I think we're just going to like take the series really easily just based off like that decision they made, honestly.
Yeah, because Volibear sat on Vision bot for like a minute there, and it's just like once I get camp lead on Graves that game, I just know he's gonna do the same. Like I'm gonna be able to replicate that pretty much every game, and he's just gonna fall behind every game, and they're gonna have like a player that's just like 1, 2 levels behind, unless he starts taking resources from other players. So from like just jungle versus jungle point of view, I wasn't really ever threatened. Uh, once we just banned Trundle, and uh, yeah, bans don't really matter because there's enough jungle champions to play even if they ban 5. So there was never really any pressure for us, I think.
I think you really showed that off here. And again, 3 different games. It felt like 3 different sets of bands, kind of rounding out who they wanted to take care of. But again, with that victory, you guys have secured the 3-0 victory, and for this organization as well. Mark Boots, I believe you are on this team as well as Castle over the previous splits, and you two feel this a little bit more as a dynasty, we like to call it, of TAB has started here. I believe 3 split victories so far. Very, very commanding as well for you guys. It's been a little bit more so as you guys have been at the helm of it since the beginning. How does it feel? Is there any like kind of special feeling, or is this kind of another walk in the park for you guys?
I actually wasn't on the last team, the Team Ambition team. Sam was though, or Threadripper. I was on the Mad City team like prior to the last split
Yes.
in UAL with
We had
Castle.
Rascal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had Rascal mid lane for Team Ambition last split. castle.
Cast
well,
the question.
Gonna leave it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's fun winning over and over again, obviously, and like in playoffs, we always obviously try a lot harder and stuff. But this season we were first seed, so it was kind of spooky coming in at first seed because we've been first seed before and we've always lost. And I've won from third seed both times. So in semis when it was first versus third seed, I was getting kind of spooked out. But the curse has been broken and we can now win at first seed as well. So no one is safe. We'll get the fourth one as well, no matter our seed.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. And overall, I mean, that's the best feeling to have as well. And yes, Mark Boots, I misspoke, unfortunately. And I remember even from our last interview, we had discussed this as well. It's the fact that even if you haven't played for the team, it still feels like you've definitely been a big part of some of their victories. And of course, this split around. Same with you, Threadripper, on that top lane. And then, of course, Turk and excuse me, staying in the bot side, you three coming in here and getting the victory in fairly convincing fashion. I mean, let's talk about this series now. Let's dive a little bit deeper into it because games 1 and 2, slow and steady wins the race is what it really felt like. I mean, you guys, everyone really kind of took their moments forward, but for the bot lane specifically, it felt like you guys were kind of stuck in this same scenario, the same champions over and over again. No one really broke out until maybe game 3. What did it feel like for the series for you guys? I mean, game 3 was really where you saw the most action, I think.
I played Nautilus 2 to 3 games, so like it's just kind of the same thing. I'll put my ego aside. I don't really care. At the end of the day, if I can like press R and somebody dies, I'll take it. But like, played Nautilus 2 games. That was all right. It felt like whenever you play Nautilus, like you have agency. Like at pretty much any point, like you can hook somebody and then walk away and pretty much get away with it. So that felt fine. And then I guess the third game, I got a chance to play something else because they picked the Nautilus this time. So perfect, thank you. And then I got to play the Tom, but that time we got like camped. So they had a lot of pressure on us. I thought they were going to camp like topside, like really, really hard, but it turned out like for at least 2 of those games they were camping us bot side. So yeah, I guess playing weak side is fun.
They just established the weakest link.
Yeah,
They
I guess
started
that's
camping
what it
that.
is. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. Yeah. All right, Stain, you're up.
Yeah, our research coming in was they were gonna camp top, so bot lane, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we could beat these guys pretty easy or just farm. Like we can kind of take any approach we want. And it was same thing after the first game. We were kind of like, yeah, these guys aren't really doing anything bot. And so we kind of like we can kind of pick anything. It doesn't really matter. And then in the third game when they actually start ganking us and camping us on repeat, I was like, all right, this isn't really fun anymore. But I mean, like I see we're smashing top side, so it's like I'll just keep trying to survive the dives and do my best. But yeah, it was fine.
The third game was like pure desperation. It felt like they kind of accepted the loss almost, and we're just trying to play like as cheesy as possible.
I really think our prep going into it was like just much better than theirs. I think we figured out exactly how they played because what they like to do, and I'll leak a little bit of strats, but not really. Like they like to play like
over.
they like to they like to play split, so that's what they do. They play split as much as they can. So we kind of recognize that. So we just target ban, especially second phase. We just target ban their top laner. So like we would just ban like Camille Fiora over and over, and like if they were banning tags, it didn't really matter at that point because the only real answer that they ended up having was Jax, and Jax was kind of scary, but it wasn't that bad. So we figured out how they played, kind of banned some of like the champions like the Trundle and then the Xerath, and it felt really clean and easy after that.
For sure. And talking about a lot of those changes with that top side specifically, the one person that really drew it back in game 3 that popped off just a little bit too hard, I think, on a signature champion, BMD Threadripper, you had one of the more versatile top lane experiences. 3 unique champions over the course of the game, 1 with a counter pick and 2 with blinds here. I gotta ask you, going from Malphite to your infamous Darius, what was kind of the thought here? Because we'll start with just the overall series, and then we'll really dive into game 3. What was going on there? Were you excited to play weak side as well, or what was the R5 Malphite pick like?
Yeah. I mean, I was prepared to pick Malphite. All I wanted was we had like a reliable solo AP, and then we had an AD bot in jungle, and he picked Gnar too. So I could have picked Ornn or Malphite, but I like Malphite just because
They
Vigar's
banned Ornn, I
just-
think.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
yeah,
so.
I would have picked Malphite regardless because Vigar is annoying, and I could.
Let me say something on that note. I don't know if you did an interview or someone did an interview with the top laner of the team we just versed, and he said in an interview that he has no answer to Gangplank. And we talked about we're gonna pick red side if we get red side game 1, and we're gonna R3 Gangplank and then ban top laners. We get to R3, Gangplank's up, and Threadripper is like, no, don't pick it, don't pick it. I'm like, why are we picking it? He's
Well,
like,
I wanted to see if they
"No,
would ban it on red side.
Mm.
He's like, all right, yeah, I just want the Malphite. I'm like, okay. Hey, it worked out. It was a good pick. So props to Sam for thinking about that. It was just funny because that was our plan for like the whole week, and we never even did it.
Make the plan, prep the plan, start the plan,
Yeah.
throw away the plan, never use it again.
Yeah.
That's I think what happened there.
Yeah.
It worked well though because the Malphite came out. It was a very much a linchpin scenario, but moving through games 1 and 2, it felt like smooth sailings. And then game 3, the cheese seemed to get to you guys, and it did have a little bit of an issue, right? We will say. Watching the gold though, it wasn't too bad. But I want to figure this out because it really felt like at the end of the day, it came down to 2 or 3 very impactful team fights, and in those, I want to figure out what was going on because it lynched off on the fact that it was Mark Boots and Threadripper that somehow kept finding these picks and started coming away with the victories. I mean, from coming from behind to getting a lead, what were the comms like? Were you guys calm throughout the entire way, or were you panicking a little bit, or was this within your expectations between the primary carries?
Well, you can go ahead, Castle.
I don't think anyone was really worried because like it's kind of just a situation where if we manage to lose the game, then we were still up 2-0, so it's 2-1. But also like obviously we're gonna play to try to come back and win it, and we did have like a really strong Darius, so I would have been a lot more useful in that game as well. But I griefed my build like really hard. I built like I was playing Lee Sin, but so I didn't really get useful until around 3 items, but then I was able to frontline with everyone. And yeah, we were never really worried about losing. Obviously, we weren't favored. They definitely should have won that game. But yeah, we've won a lot of games from that position before because we just play better as 5, even when we're weaker in
Yep.
items and gold.
Can I also just preface one thing? Like the whole reason bot lane went as bad as what it did, like it's pretty. If you could have listened to our comms, you would have laughed. Like Castle's telling me exactly where to place a ward, like level 1, because we know that they draft Jarvan, and he pings it on the mini map, and then I just forget about it, and then we get level 2, and then that's why that game felt so doomed. Because after that, we burned a flash,
Like-
and then it was doomed.
20 seconds after Jarvan got the kill,
Oh.
I just thought, I'm like, wait, Turk, did you not ward where I told you to ward? and
Wait.
he's just like, yeah, I forgot, my bad.
Wait, did J4 gank me before he ganked bot lane? Or
No,
after?
he
No, that
ganked
was
after,
after.
then he
That was
died.
Oh yeah, that's right. What I was gonna say is, what even happened bot lane when I went top to help Sam, and we didn't get anything top lane, but then all 3 of you died to Jhin. I don't even know what happened there.
I
Actually,
don't know. I blacked out, man. My screen was so gray that game. I have no.
What the hell?
To recount, I believe what happened was,
Oh, no.
yeah. So as a caster, I get the natural experience of being able to recount this perfectly, and I'll put it in the video as well. No, I won't. No, I won't. There was a moment where I believe Castle was attempting to gank, hid in a bush, and initiated the gank off in the lane. However, J4 was waiting off in the brush in the river, and the ensuing 3-man fight went the way of Ferocity.
Oh yeah, we
Okay.
killed one,
Yeah, we
and then
killed Nog.
I smited a minion thinking it would get me 6, but I was like still 1 XP off of 6,
Oh.
and like if I got 6 there, we turn the fight and kill everyone, but I didn't get 6. But I thought a kill and a minion, or like a kill and some of the minions would give me 6, but we just didn't kill enough.
It was just a misplay too. We didn't chain CC. Like Castle stunned and I didn't W. Like I didn't knock the J4 up right after. I just misplayed. Like that's why it ended up being as bad, because we just blow him up and then it's a 3v2, and then we just win. But
Yeah, so basically the entirety of game 3 was all Turk's fault.
Yep. When in doubt.
I like how Castle now without a face cam feels much more obliged to try and like bash the teammates, which I really do appreciate.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I'll do it with a camera. I'll do it in person. Turk is small.
Oh, shut up.
All right, now
You're
we're
an
just getting
idiot.
personal. Now it's just getting a
He's
little bit
funny.
personal. Along that same line, I want to ask for you staying in the bot side. How did it feel? There was a single moment in the bot lane fight before we head to top, before we head to. I really want to get in on Threadripper and your amazing plays throughout. But in the bot side, there was a specific dive that they dove, I believe, with 4 players, right? It was 4 players diving. It seemed well coordinated at one point. It was a second hard dive that they had. I want to get your opinion because there had to have been some amazing communication. Normally in a 4v2, you guys are, it's very rough to try and get away with that. You guys stalled out so badly that, or so well, I should say, that you somehow only let them take a plate or two. How did you guys get away from that without completely losing tower and just like completely getting washed out? What were the comms like for you two?
Yeah, so we had the Son of Tom Kench, so they were kind of coming in. We saw the Corky. He Valkyried over the wall to cut off our escape, and after that, it was like, oh shoot, I guess we're just got the standard tower, try our best. And so we were there. I was like, all right. We kind of didn't really have to say anything. I think we both kind of knew. I was like, all right, he's gonna have to eat me when they go in.
Yeah.
I'll just try to sustain us up, and then we'll just try to kite and kill whoever's tanking because you want to obviously try to trade
Yeah.
kills because you're
Mhm.
probably screwed anyway.
Yeah,
And we did exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We did
No.
exactly that, and then towards the end, I was trying to survive. Then no one had aggro, and I kind of just looked around, and I was a deer in the headlights, and I died, and the play was over. And I was
Died
like, well,
honorably.
yeah,
Honorably.
it died honorably. And then I looked topside, and we killed Aatrox and got Rift Herald or got tier 2, and I was like, whatever, okay, it's happens.
the only thing that's going through my mind at that point, like I know that we're in a really sticky situation, is just buy as much time as we can because I know that we're making plays elsewhere on the map. It's like just I'm probably gonna die. It's like how long can I drag this out for? And that's it. And that's all you can really do in a situation like that. Because as long as you're getting something topside, we get Sam ahead. Like I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take it, man. Sam on Darius ahead. Sounds good, dude.
Of course. And let's now shift to that one. And this is going to be the section of the interview that is specifically for this mad lad who decided to blind pick Darius and just ran with it. It was a fantastic pickup here, but it really had a chance to shine. In the last, we were talking about on the desk, it was about the last 5 minutes is really where everything felt, you could almost feel like a palpable swing there. How did it go for you guys? What was a point? Was there a point for you, Sam, BMD, that you felt it was possible to come out with these victories? Because your Darius was the catalyst for so many team fight wins, specifically the Baron fight, even the Dragon fights beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, when we killed him top, and I was able to get first turret, the kill, like all that stuff. Like I knew I'd get really accelerated, and even though Jhin was fed, as long as Corki wasn't fed, I was like super fine with that because like it was really awkward to build MR for me that game. But I mean, once I just got Death Dance, then as soon as I got a reset, I'm just gonna like insta heal. Then every fight was just kind of a wrap.
Yeah.
Let me just comment on Sam's confidence. On the soul fight, we like traded it. No, we ended up losing the fight and we lost soul. But that was the moment where Sam was like, actually, like that's good for me. I'm gonna be so strong now. We just like win. Like after we lost soul, he's like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
just win now. Actually, I was like, all right, hey. I mean, if you're saying we're winning, I'm down.
Yeah, listen, we lost one of the most powerful buffs in the game with one of like the best dragons on the back end. We're good. We got this,
Yeah,
guys. We got
hey, he
this.
was right.
Yeah, because I mean, like if they don't have sums, like it's just Corki or Jhin like die, like are either like the first or second death. Like every fight's just like one.
Mhm.
But if
Yeah.
they're like the third or fourth, I think just gives them potential to kill us all.
Yeah, for sure. And to end it all off, you got a pentakill at the very end. I believe that was, I think, one of only about 2 or 3 that we had on stream throughout the entire regular season. I mean, how hard was your team trying to give you that last kill? Because it seemed like a mad scramble for the Jhin there. Was there a call to give it, or were you having to battle everyone else for it?
Well, I mean, we all knew he didn't have flash. I didn't actually tab to see who had flash, but I was just like, this guy's no flash, kill him. And I mean, after he came out as Zhonya's, I honestly didn't know if I was gonna get it, but thank God no one on
No,
my
you
team.
knew.
Thank God no one on my team does
No.
damage. They were
Sam-
all useless that
Sam-
game. They're
Sam
all
said
useless.
he said while we were pushing to win, the penta timer's still going.
Oh yeah.
There was a point where I saw Turk, ulti Darius and like try and rush forward. We see like a good 3 seconds of just a very, very sad Darius pop out of a Tom Kench and go, oh,
Yeah.
there's no kill. But absolutely a fantastic show. And again, game 3 was the height of spice, I feel like, at that point. You guys put on a fantastic show, amazing teamwork as always. And so for the final thing, my final question, I want to go to each of you, starting, of course, with Stain up there in the top left corner, of course. You've been amazing. But I want to ask, because there were so many fantastic moments and so many reasons that your team was able to come out with this series victory as well as a season victory. Throughout the entire time, was there someone that you felt stood out as like an MVP? If you had to pick an MVP for your team throughout the series and in the league as a whole, the whole season, who would it be for you? You can't pick yourself, for sure. No one's gonna hate you on that one. But is there someone that you would say is the MVP of the team?
I would love to pick myself because I don't know, I love to talk myself up. I do think it's Castle. He is our most consistent figure in games and definitely can help bring back any situation. If maybe if I was consistent like in this finals, I would be up there. But during the regular season, I kind of care too much.
Like-
it's bad for me. But yeah, I do think Castle is the best.
Dude, Castle always wins everything. Like, it just makes me so angry. Like, honestly, dude, Sam is
Stop
way better.
sucking, dude.
Sam is way better. I
Stop
give it to
sucking.
Sam. Like, man, Castle wins everything. He wins every MVP. It's so dumb. Like, Sam's better, bro. That's my answer.
All right. Moving on to you, Sam. Is there anyone that you would like to dub as MVP? Again, this won't have any impact except for your team chemistry, right? That's the only thing that's going to be impacted here. Is there anyone that you would give an MVP award to for the entire season?
The entire season, probably Castle, but like our last 2 series, definitely me, because Castle last series, if you guys go on the VOD, Castle was underperforming.
Ooh.
Everyone was underperforming last year,
Yeah.
Oh man.
but hey, we still won.
Oh yeah. Mark Boots, for you, my man. Any MVP that you would like to give out?
Yeah, I'd say for the entire season, it's definitely Castle. He is always like a rock. He's very consistent in our series. Even if he does have a slightly poor series, it's never like he would never ever be the reason we lost a series. And we all have our ups and downs. Like we all have peaks. Like sometimes maybe we would get an MVP and whatnot. But Castle overall, like you can't say otherwise for the entire season.
All right. Well, there
This
you go.
series, yeah, I think Sam played really well. I think I played really well. I think
Yeah.
we all did really well though. It was really hard this series because we as a team we worked really well together.
Oh yeah.
So
All right.
yeah.
If I'm giving it to a player, I'm not gonna hand it to myself. I'll give it over to probably Sam or Mark. Probably. I think there's Mark sometimes has like poor games, but throughout the most of the time he's always better than the other mid. And a lot of series, it seems that throughout playoffs, actually, if you look back, like the mid's always been their higher elo player too, and Mark's still normally beating them. But if I chose like a cop out answer, I'm definitely giving the MVP to Coach Jiggity because he's always there for us, and Jiggity's the only one who's been there with me throughout my
Wait, why not
my
Mitch?
three-peat. Well, Mitch
'Cause he's
wasn't there
bald.
with that too, but yeah, Mitch wasn't there for the second win for the first time we were on TA. So Mitch wasn't there. Jiggity was. Jiggity's the only one who's a 3-time champion with me.
Yeah, I will comment on that. Jiggity, no matter how many times he's like, oh yeah, this split, I can't like manage the team or I can't play on the team, whatever. He always has some sort of part in the team. Like he's always there. Like even if he hasn't spoken to us for 4 weeks of the season, week 5, we lose game 1 or like just hypothetical. he comes in, he's in the Discord, he's like, "Yo, guys, stop being idiots. Like, what are you guys doing?" Like, he's always he's always on us, keeping us honest. So
I think that's fantastic. Huge credit to the coaching staff and huge credit to your entire squad, because I asked you guys for the MVP of the season. No one on our production side could pick an MVP for you guys. Every single one of you stepped up in one way or another, and it made for an amazing series and an amazing season for you and your entire squad. It was a pleasure to watch as well. Once again, to your entire squad, Stain, Turk, BMD, Mark Boots, and Castle, and of course to the coaching staff, thank you so much for the interview, and congratulations on being champions of the Unified Advanced League here in the 2022 Spring Split.
shout out to Bean.
Thank you.
Yeah.